G'day, parceros! It's the 22nd day of the second month of 2022. The date is the same forwards as it is backwards, and in today's date, I am searching for a smarter contract. Salute! Welcome to the metaverse. Surprise, we're already in the metaverse. The last couple nights I've been diving in, exploring the digital unknown, looking, understanding, learning. I painted a 3D sculpture. I visited Petra. I went to a 2 Chainz concert and hung out there. Lots of things going on inside here, but the point of today's video is talking about the terms and conditions that we are accepting every time we go into one of those places. This piece of hardware is made by Meta, which is the company that owns Facebook. So when you sign in, you have a beautiful home screen. You're actually inside of a home. And you have a panel and you type basically with these laser pointers. And one of the first things that you need to do is create an account and accept the terms and conditions. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. 15 years ago, it was very complicated and required a lot of tech as well as a lot of users to create something like Facebook. And when we signed up for our account on that platform, we gave them 100% of the rights of the content we were creating, of the interactions we were having, all of that valuable energy that we were creating together. We gave them 100% of the ownership of that energy, that value. We've got about $601 billion that we have collectively created by hanging out on Facebook. Now in 2022, we now have an abundance of platforms, and you can literally copy and paste the entire platform. The code is very cheap, but the hardware and the VR creation, that's pretty, that takes a lot of effort and investment right now. So not anyone can compete with that. And I think that's why they're moving into this VR world. So what does this mean? It means when I put on these goggles and accepted the terms and conditions, once again, I was giving all of the value of my attention in the attention economy that we are currently in, but we're not conscious of. Because through cryptocurrency, through blockchain technology, we're now able to own these networks. This device is pretty locked into the Meta Facebook universe, into the Meta Facebook network. Okay, so anything I do on this network will be under the rules of that contract, those terms and conditions. Now, I could buy shares in Meta and technically own the network that I'm using. But the difference is with blockchain technology on a network that gives ownership to its users, and that's one of the fundamental changes that we're going to have in Web3, is that when we sign in, we're going to be signing in with our wallet, not an account that is owned by other people. When we sign in, we will own our data, our name, our age, our interests, our habits, our hobbies. And on each platform, on each network that we sign into, we can select which pieces of information we would like to share with that network, or the advertisers on that network. Facebook has an early mover advantage. I think it's a really smart move by this company to move quickly and get everybody signed in to their network. But I think there are way smarter contracts out there. So that is my search right now. I'm searching for smarter contracts. I am searching for networks that allow me to own what I am creating. Wherever I am present, I am creating an experience. Wherever I bring my focused energy, I am bringing and creating value. So I'm on the search for smarter contracts. Contracts that allow me to own my own presence, to own the attention, to own the content that I am creating. And in this world, when I embody an avatar and walk around and create and co-create an experience, I am creating content. And once again, with the current terms and conditions on this device, we're making somebody else very, very rich. And it just so happens I have experience doing just that. I spent the last 5 years creating content on YouTube, uploading videos that I put my heart and soul into to YouTube, which is a Google platform, in order to grow a brand, which I did have ownership of. My ownership of this brand that I was creating was through a contract, an operating agreement, which required fairly advanced legalese to even understand. And I was in business with people that I trusted and had good faith with, but we ended up starting to do business with new people. And those new people dedicated their lives to updating these contracts. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners have their stories of losing control of a business through contracts. So because there were various actors updating contracts, they were able to take control of the company and take control of the value that we had all created. I think every entrepreneur and business owner has had to go through these lessons in some way to understand how ruthless this environment can be. And the first and most important ally to have in that business environment is an accountant and a lawyer who are protecting your rights. As we went from a startup in Colombia to a corporation with a board of directors, it became a whole new ballgame, and the contracts changed. So in my new journey, I am searching for contracts that do not change. It just so happens another word for something that cannot change is immutable. And so you might have heard the word immutable when we're talking about the blockchain and cryptocurrencies. So through blockchain technology, we're now able to create new types of contracts that are called smart contracts that are actually immutable, which means unchangeable. Brilliant. I'm going to be all about it, and that's where we're going to be going on this channel. So now that we can create these immutable contracts that are governed by the blockchain, right? And by the blockchain, I mean a decentralized network of nodes. And all of these nodes are making sure that the transaction history, the records, the smart contracts are not being hacked or manipulated or taken advantage of. The metaverse will be a $1 trillion opportunity, says JP Morgan. We're already in the metaverse. The metaverse is just the internet with a 3D interface. At least that's the way we're imagining it right now. When we open our phone, we have a home screen and we decide which application we open. The phone has an operating system, so the phone has a network that it is built on, and then each application is using its own network. So when I'm looking at what's coming, I'm looking at which networks are offering the smartest contract for us, its users. Wherever we hang out, we are creating a tremendous amount of value. Let's find a world, let's find a blockchain that is offering a bit more fair ownership of the value that we are creating. If you're someone who says, yeah, I'm not going to go into the metaverse, I'm not going to put on the goggles, yeah, you probably won't. You may just skip the VR part of this and go straight into AR, because when you can have a desktop device where you click and you get your home screen in a beautiful, transparent, made holographic looking home screen, and you can easily kind of access your phone without having to go like this, right, with hunched shoulders and a slouched neck. So there will be better interfaces coming to access our digital environment, let's just make sure that we're keeping an eye out for the networks that provide smarter contracts. So that's what I'm going to be searching for in this digital environment. In particular, I'm going to be looking for contracts which allow me to buy time. I think time is one of the most precious assets we all have. It was something that we did in our real estate investment company by combining the acquisition, the renovation, the furnishing, and the administration of a cash flowing asset. We essentially bought time for the investors. And I think in the digital, I'll be looking for the same thing. In fact, I think I've found a couple already, and I'm going to be sharing those in future videos. So make sure to click like and subscribe. I hope you're enjoying this new direction that we are on. I'm certainly enjoying the story arc that we are all on here. There are profound changes coming through, and I think the more we have the words to see what is happening, the more we're able to act appropriately. And as one of the VR experiences last night said, our reality is just a story, but the realities that we share endure. I invite you to embrace your fears because they are defining what dreams you can even see right now. And I invite you to create the future now. And if you want to do that, jump in the Discord because that's what we're literally doing. I'll see you guys in the new video.